All right, Patty's going to do our intro music. Go ahead, Patty. Very good. That was very good. You didn't make no mistakes. That sounded good. Now, everybody watching, the millions that are at home watching, tell me what that's from, okay? We'll talk about it in a minute, but tell me what that's really from, okay? All right, are we ready to go on with the show? I guess that means yes, she's Tangela on this show, I forgot. So here we go. We're getting ready to show the first but second episode of Spook Show Gravy. Hey everyone, our first show we've got everything settled down here, and the dogs are in place. Well, the crazy one's in the cage, and we just got done doing our first skit in the bedroom. Patty was Pee Wee Herman, and I was Madam Ruby. Was that the way it was?
No.
No? I think it might come out that way in editing. I haven't edited it yet to throw onto the show tonight, so it might actually come out that way. Who knows? Okay. And all right, this is our first show, our first but second show of Spook Show Gravy. And let's see, what did we do last couple days? Well, we didn't get to watch the movies we thought we were going to get to watch, and we were trying to watch a movie about
a lot of old
Boogeyman, and it was so bad I couldn't continue to watch it, so we ended up watching a Jet Li movie, which is not what I normally would watch.
It was good though.
It was okay, but I got nothing against Jet Li. It's just that's not what I like to watch. Anyway, let's see. I think on this first show, we were gonna. I don't know whether to talk about the South End Comic Con or where you work. Want to talk about where you work first?
I don't care.
The interesting things. Okay, Patty works at a cemetery, and she's worked there for a couple of years. She's an administrator at the cemetery, a big cemetery down by the mall, where all these years I always said I wanted to be buried at that cemetery, so when I got up to Haunt, I could go shopping at the mall right across the street. The cemetery's been there
more than
100 years.
It's part of the historical society.
Yes.
It's been there so long.
And this is our good dog Panic that I can't lock him up, okay? Okay, I know you want to get on screen, but you can't, okay? You got to stay down, okay? Had to take a break and get the bulldog out of the picture because he was already being destructive. Okay, we were about ready to talk about Patty working at the cemetery, and it's been there for a long time. We actually went in that first building, the tower, last summer, I think it was, maybe a little bit before that, and opened that up where they used to play the organ music in there.
There used to be an organ on the second floor. You know how like a church will ring the bells? This guy played, there was a guy that went in there and played the organ.
And it's the main entrance of the cemetery.
And it was amplified out through the cemetery.
Yes, weird, kind of Hunchback of Notre Dame-ish. It's a tower. It's basically a tower. It's been gutted since. It's basically in very dirty state right now. When you open the front door, they've sealed up the windows that were on the first floor, and you can get up to the second floor by ladder, but it's not something I would recommend you walking around with. There was a lot of squirrel debris inside, you could tell, probably before they sealed it up, and they just never cleaned it up. There used to be a bathroom in there, and they took all that out. It's just an empty room where you could tell a bathroom was. So yeah, so that's your adventures down you have people that are kind of squatters down there in the is it mortuary? Mausoleum. I always say mortuary.
We had a homeless lady that we found living in there with her cat. So we ended up having to call the police because she kept coming back.
It's nice and quiet in there. If you don't mind sleeping with the remains of dead people all around you. I don't know. I guess it don't bother you when you're, and they have a wooded area that we've been back in that people often will try to live back in the wooded area of the cemetery grounds that they haven't had to use, and it's still pretty heavily wooded, and they have people coming back there and living at that they have to get rid of, and they had to put a chain across the thing, but people still go back in there anyways. And but yeah, there is issues with people getting into the mausoleum, right?
Yes, because
They don't lock
we
it.
leave it unlocked all the time.
And see,
so people can
the
go in
Elkhart
and
one,
visit.
it's locked all the time.
Well, we're locking it now
Now
since
you're
the
locking
cat
it?
lady.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And they've had issues at their sister ones too. Over in South Bend, it's worse. It's much worse. It was much gross.
Found a guy living in a maintenance building that
Yeah, it
was
was
no longer used.
It was way grosser than that.
Oh,
We won't go into that,
No,
how
no.
gross that was. But yeah, people live in the mausoleums. So yeah, that's not too pleasant. But this is I got this years ago at Toys R Us, back when there was Toys R Us, and I got it for like $5 because it never worked. It's one of those animatronic things that it was very, very good, but for some reason this never worked, so I bought it, and it was only $5, and it's really nice. It really looks good. Got good hair, good teeth. Actually, got more teeth than me, I think. Well, I'm sure of it. But anyway, let's see. We got some. We're going to talk about briefly. We're going to talk about the book situation, the movie book situation this week. We're going to talk about. I have actually the DVD set, which I could not locate out in the garage in the big metal cabinets. This is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I have the one that the DVD set that has all the Abbott and Costello movies in it. And which one's my favorite? Most people's it's this, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which the werewolf is in and everything, and Dracula.
I don't know.
This is like my
The
second
Mummy?
favorite. Yeah, The Mummy is my favorite one. And the thing is, if you look up trivia basically based on Abbott and Costello, the Mummy Abbott and Costello is often referred to as the worst one out of the series. I don't agree. I like it the best. Anyway, I got a book very recently about them and their horror movies and the making of their horror movies. And these are always my favorite ones because they're funny. I don't like my horror to be gross and disgusting, and so yeah, I like these type of movies. So yeah, and I've just started reading this book. Haven't got too far in it. I think page 36 or something. I'm not too far, but yeah, it's about the makings of their movies and how they did it, certain things. And yeah, I was very interested in getting that because I'm a big fan of Abbott and Costello horror movies because they're not really scary. I don't like my horror to be scary. But on that line...
Yes, come closer. Come right up.
Yes.
This way.
That's one of the props we're going to be looking at behind the screen there in a sec. For Comic-Con coming up in May that we're going to be going to, I get certain outfits that I want to wear, and I ordered... This was one of my t-shirts that goes underneath my dress shirts that I was going to wear, and it's McDougal's House of Horrors. Okay, that is the Wax Museum, House of Wax, basically museum in Frankenstein, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That is where they come across Frankenstein and Dracula. It's McDougal's House of Horrors. I wanted this shirt for a long time, and I ordered it. Well, I hung it up in the closet, and months went by, and I thought, I think I'll try where we were going. I was going to wear it, and I realized then that they put it on the wrong side. I wanted it on the front. They put it on the back. I did not ask for that, and you only have like 30 days to return or complain or whatever. So I've got a shirt that I can't wear to Comic-Con with the McDougal's House of Horrors because they printed it on the back of the shirt. I was so mad. Because you can choose, but I didn't choose that. I didn't choose that at all. So this shirt is ruined, and I can't wear it to Comic-Con underneath my other shirts. So yeah. Which movie is your favorite of Abbott and Costello? The horror ones, though.
The Frankenstein.
Yeah, most people's are with Frankenstein because it's got the werewolf and Bela Lugosi as Dracula. They're all three in it, and even at the very last second, the Invisible Man shows up or doesn't. Yeah, so yeah, it's got them all, and it was sort of panned back at the time, but now these are looked upon as being very big classics for it. Really classic monster movies for Universal, and still do very, very well. So yeah. Okay, so one of our props that we're doing, showing this time, is I think these are all. No, I took that, but take that back. This is a Jimmy. Yeah, this is a Jimmy. It's the probably when I press it, the other one's going to go off. It's a like a haunted violin. It's got the. Is it really a good prop? It's got a skull.
More, is it a cello?
Well, is it? It does stand up. Maybe it isn't a violin. Maybe it's like she said. Maybe it is a cello. And you press. Yeah, you press the whole skull.
Yeah, that sounds like a violin.
Yeah, that does. And the hand does move, but it's not moving really good right now. And it does stand up. Yeah, I think the hand is supposed to move a little bit more than what it was doing right there. I actually had a couple of props picked out and that worked last I knew not too long ago, and they stopped working. And so I picked another one that I thought worked.
I'd turn back if I were
And
you.
it didn't work either. And this works too much. Yeah, this is the.
What do you mean too much?
You can't get it to shut up.
Oh.
It's on sensor, and it has sensor.
So this is what's been talking?
Yeah, that's what's been
I
talking.
thought it was that guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
He's off. He's not plugged in or anything.
All right.
Yeah, this has two settings, sensor
Yes.
and
The
on.
master will
It doesn't have
love you.
off.
Right this way.
I mean, it's good looking and stuff. I don't think this is Jimmy, though. I think it's Pan Asian. Nope, I'm wrong. It's Jimmy. Probably one of the props that I was going to show that, I'm telling you, you set these props around, you try them out, they work, and you go back a month later and they don't work. I'm telling you, junk at its finest. And yes, I'm calling Jimmy stuff junk because it doesn't last very long. You can't rely on it. You can't count on any of these things. But yeah, so that is a Jimmy. It's got the hand. Yeah, we used to have like a thing that would hang on the wall. I had it out in the entryway, and it held like a ball, not with it this way, but with it down here on the. It held a ball and lit up, and it was green and stuff. And it was made all the hand was made out of latex, and the latex over the years just deteriorated like latex often does. And I had to eventually take it down and throw it in the garbage. The ball was okay because the ball was the hard plastic, but the hand just, you could see the wires that shaped the latex, and it would just dry out and crumble like so much of the latex does. It just another situation where it doesn't last, right? Right. Okay, so yeah, these are two somewhat uninteresting props. We'll be showing you bigger props in future shows, but I was concentrating too much on doing our skit. I'm gonna set this down, hopefully it won't go off. Yeah. So right after this section here, hopefully I'm gonna have the skit that we did edited enough to where it's gonna play. And the skit is supposed to be cheesy and corny like horror hosts would do. You know, that typical horror host humor. It's tacky, it's badly done. It's, you know, I I am not a good actor. She is. I can't. I want to be. I wish I was a real good actor. I would love to be an actor, but I can't act that well. She can, but I can't. And I'm basically trying to play a part here that I'm not qualified to play, but I'm playing it anyway, and that's what makes it stupid. So watch this next segment and give me a break because I don't know what I haven't seen it myself yet. So I will be seeing it basically when you're seeing it, and yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of editing to do. I've got a couple hours to do editing, and I haven't actually seen it yet. Hopefully, it will come together. So watch this next segment of us doing our first skit. Where I'm pretending to be. I'm not in the skit. I'm pretending to be a horror host right now. What you're seeing right now is I'm being a horror host. I'm just not showing a movie. Okay, I always wanted to be a horror host, as I've mentioned before, and yeah, this is about the best way I can do it. So watch this next very short, stupid skit, and then we'll come back and wrap up the show.
Cash only. No cards, no checks. You got cash?
Yes.
Come in. Now, for $20, I can tell you a lot of things. For $30, I can tell you more. And for $50, I can tell you everything.
Tell me why I'm here first.
You're here because you want something. Let me help you with that. Let's see what Madame Ruby sees. I see a motionette.
Yes!
A Telco Frankenstein motionette.
Yes, is it okay?
It's okay. No one has plugged it in and left it running for 4 hours.
Where is it? Can you see it?
Where is it? It's somewhere else. Somewhere far, far away.
But where?
The Alamo.
The Alamo.
The Alamo in the basement.
I'll never forget you.
Okay, well, that was our skit, and again, I'm talking about as if it's done, but I haven't seen it and I haven't edited yet. So I'm hoping that it turned out good, and I'm hoping that people thought it was stupid and just a typical horror host situation. And I want to do more, especially if this one kind of works. And yeah, I know I look stupid in it, but I'm going to continue on with that character in a couple more if it ended up editing out right. I think I covered everything this time. Yeah, pretty much. I dressed up more this time because Patty said I wasn't dressed up enough. In the first show, she was dressed up and I was not dressed up. She didn't like that. So I dressed up a little bit more this time. I didn't have my buttons buttoned here. I guess I shouldn't have. Should I? Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
You see my necklace? Got a necklace here. This is like a vampire one. It's got bats. I'm gonna get real close. It's got bats in it. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
Really cool.
Really cool. I'm unbuttoning myself here. And yes, I'm not used to wearing a cape. Well, at least not on camera. I wear a cape during the day when nobody's here. But that's about it. I had to put the collar down a little bit. It was sticking up. And the Velcro was kind of getting me here, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so thanks for watching our first show of Spook Show Gravy, kind of our talk show, horror hosting show with no movie, okay? So until next time, we're going to try to post one next Saturday, we hope, if something else worse don't happen, and you never know, and with us, yeah. Okay, so is that all you want? You want to say anything else?
Nope.
You want to say anything at all?
Bye.
Okay, I'll see you next time. I gotta take this off. There we go. Hope it ain't red here. Okay, we'll see you next time. If you tune in, you're hearing the dog. You're hearing the dog right next to the camera there. She's having a fit being in the cage. Okay, see you next time. Spook Show Gravy.
Sorry, I completely